Have you ever had that gut feeling someone's not being truthful with you? Maybe you've caught them in a little white lie. Or maybe, just maybe, they're hiding something bigger. We've all been there, right? But how can you tell for sure? How do you know when someone is lying to your face? Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever wondered how to spot a liar, today's video is for you. We're diving into 7 signs someone is lying to you, and we'll even tie it to Stoic philosophy. Yep, you heard that right. The ancient wisdom of Stoicism isn't just for meditation and tranquility. It can actually help you become a master of reading people. But before we start, quick question for you. Have you ever caught someone in a lie? How did you handle it? Drop your story in the comments below, because I'd love to hear your experiences. Now let's jump into it. Signs 1. Lack of eye contact. Sign number 1. The classic avoidance of eye contact. When someone's lying, they may avoid looking you in the eye. Sure, some people are just naturally shy, but when someone's dodging your gaze for too long, it might be a red flag. Liars often feel uncomfortable under scrutiny. The eyes, they say, are the windows to the soul, and if they're shifting around, you might just be getting a peek into a mind that's trying to hide something. I know, some people get nervous talking to others, but if you notice someone actively looking away, or even staring at their shoes instead of your face, it could be a sign that they're not being honest with you. Signs number 2. Too much detail. Sign number 2. Over-explaining every little detail. It might seem innocent, but when someone is lying, they often try to convince you by adding unnecessary details to their story. Think about it. A simple answer becomes a whole novel, because they're scrambling to make their story sound more believable. You've probably seen this in action. Someone starts telling you exactly what they wore, what time they did it, and even the brand of toothpaste they were using when it happened. Sounds suspicious, right? Lies tend to fall apart if they don't have enough detail to back them up. So, if someone is telling you way too much about something, it might just be their attempt to cover up the truth. Signs number 3. Micro-expressions, quick changes in facial expression. Sign number 3. Micro-expressions, tiny, almost imperceptible shifts in their facial expression. A liar might smile when they're supposed to be serious, or show a flash of anger when they should be calm. These changes happen so fast, they're hard to notice unless you're paying close attention. Now don't worry, I'm not asking you to become a human lie detector, but if you start paying attention to those split-second changes in expression, you might catch someone slipping up. Signs number 4. Inconsistency between words and actions. Sign number 4. Inconsistency between what they say and what they do. This is huge. A liar's words don't always match their body language. For example, they might say, "I'm fine," but their body might be tense, arms crossed, or their posture defensive. A person's body often reveals more than their words. So when these two don't align, something's off. If someone's claiming one thing, but their actions show otherwise, trust your gut. Our bodies give away more than we realize. Signs number 5. A sudden change in behavior. Sign number 5. A sudden shift in behavior. You're having a normal conversation and then, boom, they get defensive, anxious, or even strangely quiet when the topic of discussion changes. It's like flipping a switch. This could be a subconscious reaction to being caught off guard by a question or statement they weren't expecting. Have you ever noticed this? Someone who seems totally chill until the topic takes a turn, and suddenly they're not so relaxed anymore. Definitely worth paying attention to. Signs number 6. Overconfidence or too much confidence. Sign number 6. Overconfidence. Sometimes liars try to convince you they're telling the truth by acting too sure of themselves. They might overcompensate by speaking louder, making grand statements, or pretending to be an authority on the subject. It's kind of like that one person who's always too sure of their facts, so even though you know they're full of it. Confidence can be a good thing, but when it's cranked up to 11, something's fishy. Signs number 7. The final mind-blowing fact. Stoic influence on detecting lies. All right, here's the final sign, and this one's going to blow your mind. Ready? It's rooted in Stoic philosophy, the idea of virtue over appearance. The Stoics believed that the true nature of a person's character could be revealed not by what they said, but by how they acted under pressure. When someone lies, they're under pressure. They're pretending to be something they're not. But a person who lives virtuously, according to Stoic values, doesn't need to lie to uphold an image. They are consistent in their actions, even when no one is watching. So, if you're paying attention to how someone reacts when things get tense, how they stay true to their principles, you might just catch a liar in the act. Remember, the Stoics knew that people are at their most honest when they're aligned with their values, not trying to impress others. There you have it. 7 signs someone is lying to you, with a little bit of Stoic wisdom thrown in. Now we want to hear from you. Have you ever caught someone lying using these signs? Or maybe you have a trick of your own for spotting a liar. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're all ears. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And hey, if you want more mind-blowing psychology facts, make sure you're part of our community. Until next time, stay curious and keep those Stoic principles in mind. See you in the next video.